All right, what's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing great. Everyone's doing phenomenal. I really wanted to go ahead and do this call for everybody that's on the WhatsApp group chat. I opened it up 10 minutes before, just if anybody wanted to hop on. But really, this call is for everybody that's in the group chat that we have on WhatsApp. So it is going to be more private. It is going to be more leadership. So if you guys could turn your cameras on, guys, I think it's really important to start the culture of making sure that our cameras are on, especially on this call, because it's going to be more of a leadership talk. It's going to be more of a leadership conversation. So if you guys can get your cameras on, that would be great. And I'm gonna get my live shot ready here for with you guys. You guys take the alive shots if you guys have the alive with you. And I'm ready to rock and roll. I definitely need this alive. And we are ready to rock. So talk to me. How you guys feeling on the chat box? How are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling today? How you guys feeling in the month of April? I want to do a little cheers, right? For everybody that is on here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think we admitted everyone. So I'm gonna take a shot real quick. If you guys have your live, take your live shot and let's rock and roll. You know me. I like to overdo it, so I need to take another one. So if y'all ain't got your live shots, take your live shots. We started this call with some alive. Let's go. So talk to me. How you guys feeling on the chat box? Where's the chat box at? How are you guys feeling? I'm ready to rock and roll. Second shot of alive. Listen, I'm gonna keep taking shots until you guys let me know how you guys. I'm gonna get lit off of alive if you guys don't talk to me. How are you guys feeling? Come on.
Do it.
Where y'all at? Where
Feeling
y'all at?
great.
Where you guys
BB, baby.
There you go.
BB, baby.
There you go. Come on. Let's get it. All right, guys. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. So, like I said, guys, I wanted this call to be a little bit more of a leadership conversation, right? Cameras on, notebooks out. I'm really going to go on into depth with a couple of things here. So it is going to really help you guys out. But for real, really take this call serious because I really want to lay out all of April, right? I really want to lay out all of May, right? And if you guys can't turn your cameras on, that's cool. But let's start setting the culture, right, on the calls that we're going to be having, right, with cameras on. Every call I look up, I look to get onto, I'll always have my camera on. Why? Because it just shows two things: a level of honor and a level of engagement. Right? As a mentee, it shows a level of honor. Hey, I'm on here and I'm honoring the speaker. It doesn't even have to be your mentor. It can be David, it can be Melody Fox, it can be Bryce, it can be Ant, it can be whoever, right? But it just shows a level of honor. And then it also shows a level of engagement, right? That you're engaged at. Hey, this call was promoted and I put my time aside for this call. So that's why it's very important, guys. I've always, as a student to the game, as when I first came into this business, I always had my cameras on at all times just because I always understood, right? When it was my turn to do a vision mastery call, when it was my turn to do these things, right? I was doing it 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, right? Because I wanted that type of engagement, right? And I've came to learn and I've came to understand as well, right? That there's a difference between hearing and there's a difference between listening, right? Listening is you're actually intaking the sound waves. You're actually intaking what the person is saying, and it's entering your heart. When you just hear something, right? It's like you hear it, but it's not. You're not really putting things together. You're not really compounding the information and taking it in so you can apply it, right? So I'm super excited for today's call. I have a couple of subjects that I do want to touch. And like I said, it is going to be a leadership call. So it is going to be more different. I'm comfortable today. I got my nice shirt on. I got some sweats on. And then I'm ready to travel starting tomorrow. So it is going to be a good call. We're going to be rock and roll. I see Claudia. I see Claudia laughing. She knows I'm going to Virginia tomorrow with Julio. Is Julio on here? He be. I know Julio's about to get crazy over there. We're about to go show the plan.
I'm here in live in full effect right now.
Let's go. Awesome. So I wanted to start off this call, guys. I wanted to start off this call. I'll go over my travel schedule here in a little bit. But I wanted to start off with recognition, right? I really wanted to start off with recognition. We had an incredible month of March. I think I gotta actually talk to David about this, but I think from our first month, which was December, I think March was our second biggest month, right? It was either between March or January, right? So in March, we really put up some numbers and we had a lot of brand new success stories. So I really do want to take the time and really celebrate them. I do want to shout them out. I truly believe they are, right, the people that not just put in the work, but they stepped up to the plate, right? They put in the work, they put in the phone calls, right? They did the PS3 systems, they had the belief, they knew, right, that they were going to create a success story within them in the month of March. And I want to start off with the perfect tens, right? You know, big shout out to Claudia, big shout out to Ty, right? Big shout out to Coach Anna, right? Big shout out to Samantha, right, for going perfect 10. I'm not sure if we had more perfect 10s. Did we? I know for a fact, Claudia, Ty, Coach Anna. Oh, CT. Big shout out to CT. She went perfect 10. Nicole, right? Nicole, she went perfect 10 as well. So we had Ty, Coach Anna, Claudia, Samantha, CT, and Nicole go perfect 10. Go perfect 10 in the month of March. I went perfect 10 too. So I just don't even like to include myself, but there you go. That's another person right there. 7, the number of completions. So congratulations for all the brand new perfect 10s that were able to go out there and hit perfect 10s. We also had brand new rank advancements. We had brand new rank advancements starting with team, right? Big shout out to JB. I'm not sure if he's on here, but I know JB was able to smash team consultant. He was absolutely crushing it in the month of March. So I just want to go ahead and recognize and celebrate, right, JB for smashing team consultant. I do want to recognize we had three brand new lead consultants. 3 brand new lead consultants. I want to give a big shout out, right, to the first one. She did it. I'll start off with the individuals that joined the soonest, right? So big shout out to Nicole, right? She joined right away. I mean, I don't even know. I think she hit team in like 72 hours. Like, that's crazy. She came in out of nowhere and boom, she went perfect 10, I think twice as well. I believe she went perfect 10 twice. I think she's had like 29 enrollments in the month. Oh, team in the first 24 hours, lead in the next 48 hours, right? So big congratulations to Nicole. Then CT, she went to the Go Champion Summit. I think these two next individuals, I think it's very special because it shows you what events really do for you, right? And I actually asked myself this question: if they didn't go to the event, have they hit lead consultant? Right? I would say 99.99% that the answer is no. I mean, I'm pretty clear on that. If they didn't go to the Go Champion Summit, I guarantee you these two individuals, right? These two individuals, CT and Samantha, would have not hit lead consultant. Why? Because they put themselves in the room, and God is able to do something that you can't do when you get in the room, right? Because he's able to speak into your heart. He's able to give you an imagination, right? He's able to give you a vision, right? Vision is what you see in the canvas of your imagination. And every time I go to events, I see things. God gives me vision. God gives me, hey, you're the next up on stage. Hey, you're going to be the next success story that's going to happen, right? Like it's always something that I see when I go to these events. I see the next rising star. I see somebody, right, really step up. I see somebody, right, really take the information, take the belief, right, take the experience. And that's the key word right there. What they're doing is when you bring somebody to an event, right, you're giving them an experience. You're giving them an experience that they've never had before. And what's included in that experience? The associations, right? The right people. They're going to meet somebody, right, that really relates to them. They're going to meet somebody, or they're going to hear from a speaker that is relatable to them and say, That's the person that inspired me. That's the person that touched me, right? That's the person that touched my heart. Then they're going to get the right information. They're going to get the right information. They're going to get the to-dos. They're going to get, right, the inspiration. They're going to get everything that they need in order for them to create the success that they're really looking for. And then, right, the next part is the right environment, right? The air and the atmosphere, right? The belief in the atmosphere, the energy, everybody jumping up and down, right? The excitement coming out of those conventions. I remember my business really, really exploded. And I just want to really do a big shout out to these two individuals, right? First, I want to give the big shout out to CT, right? For making the decision 24 hours and joining the business, right? She made the decision to go to the Go Champion Summit. So she had just joined. She just joined the business. And she's like, I got to be to this event. I got to make sure. And I love what she said. She said this. She said, God gave me a confirmation by going to this event that this was the vehicle where God was going to use me. Yo, that's deep. You get what I'm saying? That gives me the goosebumps. Like, because she made a decision, because God gave her a dream, right? She said, I'm going to make this event. And by going to that event, God confirmed to her, hey, look, this is where I want you to be. This is where I want to use you, for you to go out there and help other people, right? Change their life. That's powerful. And then, boom, right after 24 hours, she hit team, right? 24 hours after that event. And I think a couple days later, she smashed lead. I think she did it a lot quicker. We just had to figure out a couple of things that were in the back office, placing people and all that stuff. But she was able to smash lead consultant. So let's give a big congratulations on the chat box, right? Let's first give a big congratulations to Nicole. Then let's give a big congratulations. Let's do Nicole and CT, right? Let's show some love to them. Let's light up the chat box. We're leaders here. Let's make sure we bring the energy to them, right? And let's really go ahead and give it up to them as well. And then I know we had one more lead consultant as well, right? I think he's on here. I think he's on here. So this is what I'm gonna do, because I think he's on here. I think he's one of the leads that is on here. So I actually want to bring him up before I celebrate the next individual, because I do see he's on here. So this individual was inches away from going champion. Inches, right? So I already know this month is already done. But I'm just super proud of him. He made a decision to come on board with us in December. And I already knew from the moment I met him, he was going to be a diamond. So real quick, I want to bring up our brand new lead consultant, Mr. Antoine, right? I just wanted you to share 30 seconds, right? On what did you do, right? Like, what was a light switch for you to go lead consultant, right? I'm going to unmute you and you can just share 30 seconds. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to. Totally up to you. But Mike is yours. And I just want to congratulate you and tell you how proud I am of you on Anna's part as well, right? For going ahead and going lead consultant. I just unmuted you. You hear, Antoine? Are you here? Let me know. That is all good. Let me see the chat box. All right. He may not be here. I just try to unmute him, but it's all good. But let's go ahead and congratulate Antoine here on the chat box. Let's drop some congratulations for Antoine Sims for smashing lead consultant, for hitting lead consultant in the month of March. Let's drop some congratulations for Mr. Antoine. If he comes on here, he can share a little bit later on, but it's all good. And the last lead consultant before we go ahead and start off this call, right, is I want to go ahead and celebrate our brand new lead consultant. I want to give a big shout out to Sam, right? Super proud of her. She's been crushing it. I know we're going to be doing an event over in New York, right? I'm just so proud of all her growth, her consistency, her perseverance. And it's incredible, seeing her, right? Crank calls, being on calls while she is you know, helping her baby grow up. She's there with her baby on calls nonstop. So, you know, that takes an immense amount of courage. And I just want to say, Sam, if you're on here, we're super proud of you. Super congratulations for smacking lead consultant. I already know champion is already done this month. Let's go. Let's go ahead and drop some congratulations for Sam. I wanted to start off this call, right, with just recognition and just really recognizing all the brand new, right, rank advancements, all the brand new perfect 10s. So let's continue to drop congratulations for everybody that was on here, right, and is actually, you know, being able to participate on here on this call. So let's drop some congratulations for all the brand new perfect 10s, all the brand new rank advancements, right, that were able to hit team and lead consultant, and we are good to go. So let's go straight into today's conversation, into today's talk. I wanted to really do it on leadership, and I'm really excited for it because I was on the phone with David. I was on the phone with David a couple days ago, I think yesterday, and the conversation just really blew me away. Like, blew me away. I was on the phone with him and he said, "And we know the exact game plan on how to have 1 million customers in the next 3 years." And while I'm talking to him, it's blowing my mind, not only because of the belief. I know he has the belief. The belief is always there. But the fact that he's 3 years ahead, like he knows where he's going to be. We're in 2024, right? 2025, 2026, 2027. He knows where Envision You is going to be, right, in 2027. He's like, I have the whole entire game plan. I have the whole entire roadmap. I have everything. He's like, I have 0 inch of doubt that we won't have 1 million customers by 2027. I know exactly how to do it. I know what to do. I know the exact game plan. And I said, "David, can you give me the game plan?" He's like, "I'm gonna go over it with you soon, but I'm not gonna give it to you today." I'm like, "Dang it, I want the game plan, man." Give me the game plan, David. But it just really expanded my mindset because it kind of asked, it kind of got to me, and I kind of want to ask you this question is, you know, do you have your next 30 days mapped out? Do you have your next 6 months mapped out? Do you have your next year? If somebody, right, like a CVO, like Mr. David Imonite, if we want to attract the results he has into our life, if we want the fruit of his life, right, well, we have to think like him, right? If we're going to be following a leader like him, then we kind of have to follow his footsteps, right? If he's thinking 3 years ahead, if he's already in 2027, kind of ask me this question. Are you already thinking May? Are you already thinking, right, convention? Are you already thinking 90 days out of convention? I mean, it's a real conversation. It's a leadership conversation we're having tonight, right? I mean, this is huge. If he's already in 20, he's not even in, he already knows how convention is going to lay out. He already knows who's going to speak. He already knows how it's going to happen. He knows exactly the game plan. He's already thinking 2027, 3 years later after the convention. So my question to you is do you know where you're going to be at convention? Or do you know where you're going to be 90 days out of the convention? Guys, this is next level information right here. Because if you set, you see, you got to set yourself up for success. You got to prepare. One of the P's that David said that success loves is preparation. I'm going in deep with it. Why and how, you know, Holy Spirit just moved through me. He put me on the phone with David, and I said, you know what? And not only do I have to prepare, but I have to help other people prepare, because you can't just set a goal out and say, hey, I want to go diamond, but I'm not preparing for diamond, right? Because God can give you all the ingredients. He can give you all the ingredients to cook. He can give you the flour. He can give you the stove. He can give you everything. But if you don't put it together, you won't have the cake. And guess what? The cake is not gonna be cooked in a minute or 2 minutes. It's gonna take time. It's the same thing with success, right? You gotta prepare your success. So you gotta prepare. And how do I prepare? Right? I prepare on really just these three things. This is what you want to do. You want to set a goal. Write this down. Where do I want to be? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to be? How do I want to be celebrated on stage? You need to be very clear about it. Think about this, guys. If David's 3 years ahead, if he's in 2027, You can't afford to not be, right, already in the mindset in convention right now. If I were to ask you a question, how many people are you going to bring to the convention, right? If you don't have an answer for that, and your goal is champion, or your goal is sapphire, or your goal is ruby, then at the end of the day, you're playing yourself, right? What you have to do is you got to set the goal. Okay, I'm going to be a champion before convention. I'm going to be celebrated. And here's another thing, guys, champion, right? Champion. Guys, we're going to have a private. This is why God, the Holy Spirit said, Ant, you got to do a leadership call on Thursday. You got to prepare your leaders. You got to get your leaders right. You got to get your leaders thinking. You got to give your leaders vision, right? You got to give your leaders vision. Where there's no vision, the people perish. Where there's no vision, there's no people being impacted. Where there's no vision, there's no people being able to come into the vision. There's no people being able to be impacted by the vision, right? So we need to give you vision for the vision, right? We need to give you also provision for the vision, because the vision comes to pass when there's provision. And the first goal you want to set is, I need to set the goal, right? Where do I want to be? Where do I want to be before this convention? Where do I want to be celebrated? Guys, we have about 50 days left, right? And I'm going to give you the perfect plan right now. Perfect plan right now, but you want to set the goal. Do I want to be a champion? Do I want to be a sapphire? Do I want to be a ruby? I know Michael's goal, right? Michael's goal is to be a ruby, right? You need to communicate to your mentor as well. Write this down. You need to communicate this to your mentor as well on where you want to be by this convention. Where do you want to be by this convention? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to be? What's the goal, right? The second thing is, number 2, is how many people are you going to bring to this convention? How many people are you going to bring to this convention? One thing I learned from one of my mentors, he said, for every person you bring to an event, guys, this is a very special moment, a very important moment that we're in the company, because after this convention, listen to this, we're going from an infancy stage to concentration stage. A company is within their first 18 months, they're in infancy stage. They're in the beginning stages. They're first starting off, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, right? First 18-month companies either fail or they don't. Either or. Then the next stage after the infancy stage is concentration. That's when people start to come in. That's when leaders start to join. That's when you're going to start to see, oh my goodness, the vision's coming to pass. A billion lives impacted. You start to see, right, oceans of people starting to join. You start to see abundance. You start to see expansion after the 18-month. Well, guess what? After the Alive convention, that's where we enter the concentration stage. That's where the people who prepare, the people who get the provision right, the people who create a purpose, right, the people who, right, like what David talked about, the 5 Ps, right? He talked about purpose. He talked about preparation, right? He talked about the provision. He talked about the people. You're going to see the 5 Ps start to come into fruition, right? But you have to prepare yourself. So the goal, going back to what I was saying, is the second goal you want to set is, how many people am I going to take to this convention? How many people am I going to bring to this convention? How many people am I going to bring into this convention? And like I was saying, for every person you bring, my mentor said, that's an extra $100 a month that you're adding to your income. Everybody here, how many people do we have? We have 11 people here. Everybody should have the goal. This is the goal. Should have the goal to have 20 people at the convention. Drop 20 on the chat box. Drop 20 on the chat box. Drop 20. I want to see some 20s. I want to see this overflow with 20s. You guys have 20 people in your organization, 20 times 100. That's an extra $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month that you're going to be adding to your company. So that means coming out of the convention, you'll be a sapphire. So if you're not a champion yet, right? So if you're not a champion yet, this is what you want to set. Before the convention, I want to be a champion. If you're not a champion, that should be your goal. Your goal is, I want to be a champion this month, or next month, I'm going to be a champion. But you need to set that goal. You need to set that goal. You need to make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain for those who see it, right? And guess what? Well, for those who see it, will run. They will run. You will take action. So you got to create that vision environment. You got to create that environment of champion. You need to see it every single day. I'm not going to go into that today. You guys know I always love to go into that, but not today. And the third goal is, where do you want to be, right? What you want, or here's a better one. Where do you want to be 30 days out, or when's going to be your diamond date? Because after this event, after this convention, right, you're going to have everything you need for you to go diamond, right? Before the convention, not really. After the convention, you can make the decision to go diamond. Or you can say, hey, I want to be diamond 30 days out. Or I want to go diamond 90 days out. So I want you to set your diamond date, right? Hey, my goal is 90 days out of this convention, I want to be a diamond. Or 30 days out of this convention, I want to be a diamond. But one thing I've always learned is I go into events with expectation. One thing I just learned from Tim Ross is, be in expectation, live in anticipation. Write that down. Be in expectation. I'm going to be in expectation to be a diamond, right? I'm going to live in anticipation, right? So that means I'm going to anticipate, right? In other words, before diamond comes, I'm anticipating for it. I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm running on everything that I got to get done. I'm doing my checklist. I'm doing my productivity checklist. I'm doing my to-dos. I'm doing my, my 3 Ps: prospecting, presenting, promoting, prospecting, presenting, promoting, prospecting, presenting, promoting. I'm doing everything in my power on what it is that I have to do, right? I'm doing what I have to do as a leader, and I'm going to let God, right, bring that into my life. I'm going to let God birth that into my life, but I have to do my part first. I got to do my ends first, right? So you got to be in expectation, but live in anticipation. I got to anticipate, right, that diamond's coming 90 days out. I got to anticipate that 90 day diamond's coming 30 days out. But I gotta prepare for it. I gotta be in expectation for it. So in being an expectation for it, what is it that I gotta do? I gotta set the goal. I gotta know how many people I gotta bring to this event. I gotta at least bring 20 people. If it's a friend, if it's somebody in my team, if I have 20 people in my team right now, they all gotta be in convention, right? But you want to set the goal on how many people, right, are gonna come with you to the convention, right? So those are the 3 goals you guys want to set. Where do I want to be before convention? How many people am I going to commit, right? How many people am I going to commit to this convention? And lastly is, how many people, right, what's going to be my diamond date? What's going to be my, or what's going to be my goal 30 days out? Maybe it's not diamond, right? Be realistic, set that goal 30 days out of that convention. But convention, I'm telling you, you're going to see a lot of things happen after this convention, right? If you've been to a Believe Nation, or if you've heard about a Believe Nation, telling you, this is it. This is, you don't want to be at this convention and be like, oh, I remember that call that Ant talked about. I should have brought more people. I should have listened. I was just hearing the call. I was just on there and hearing. I wasn't listening, right? Guys, leadership talk. This is some real stuff. Right. So now what I want to do is I want to give you I want to help you prepare. I want to help you anticipate. I want you to be in anticipation, because guess what? When you're in expectation and you live in anticipation, you're operating in faith. You're operating in faith. And when you're operating in faith, anything is possible. When you're not in faith, nothing's possible. I'll tell you, honestly, nothing's possible. When you're not in faith, you're letting fear come in. When you're in faith, it's going to happen. I don't see it with my physical eyes. I don't see it with my eyes open, but I know it's going to happen. I have the assurance. I know, because I'm hearing it over every single day. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it every single day. I'm focused on it. I'm focused on it. I'm focused on it. Right? It's a desire. It's an obsession. Right? It's something you're looking forward to do. Right. So what I want to give you, and this kind of goes into what I was talking about. I actually put it on the group chat that I had with you guys on the WhatsApp. And on the WhatsApp, I said, there's two things, right, that David told me, right, to focus on. I forgot what I said. Let me see if I can just go back to my WhatsApp. What did I say? I went and I said, I just got off the phone with David. Oh yeah, I said, he just told me 2 big things. And I wanted to do this call, right, to really set you up to do these 2 big things. There's 2 big things you want to be focusing up onto this convention. I already covered one, but the first one is the most important. Here it is. You want to focus, write this down. You want to focus on going wide. All the month of April, all the month of May. Focus on going wide. What's wide, Anthony? Focus on completing the 2020 plan. If you guys haven't watched the 2020 plan, I have a recording. I can even do a training on it. Tonight's not going to be the night that I'm going to train on the 2020. But this is what David said. And what you want to be focusing, 2 things. Anthony, this is it. April, May, this is the 2 things that you want to be focusing on. If you're with me, drop 222. If you're locked in with me, drop 222. Let me see 222s on the chat. If you are tapped in with me, if you're locked in, if you're listening, drop some 2s on the chat. The first one is you want to go wide. You want to focus on sponsoring 40 people. And like I said, Holy Spirit, it's not, I don't take credit for anything. I always give the credit to the Holy Spirit. I always say it's not Ant, it's him, because when it happens, I give all the glory to God. I give all the glory to the Holy Spirit. On Monday, I was talking about the power of one. I was talking about the power of one. Something big happens when there's one person, right? When you impact one person, don't go for 20, don't go for 5. Focus on getting one. Focus on getting one today. Boom, 30 seconds later, David, Holy Spirit tells me that. I put it on the group chat. David texts me, Anthony, you're one explosion away in your business from one recruit. You're an explosion away from your business just from one recruit. I just looked up and I said, thank you, God. I said, thank you. Like, I mean, people say, well, what are the chances? There is no chances. It's God. That's the only chance. Like, it was God. Like, he did it. And going to this, going and reviewing, and then confirmation, being on the phone with David. Got on the phone with David, and he said, the only thing you want to focus on is 2020. Only thing you want to focus on is width. Write this down. Width is your security. In this business, going wide, going phase 1, sponsoring, recruiting brand new people, right? Recruiting, that's how you're going to find your next superstar. That's how you're going to find your next Anthony. That's how you're going to find your next Anna. That's how you're going to find your next Taylor Marks. That's how you're going to find your next, Antoine. You got to go wide. You got to go wide. There's no shortcuts to success. You have to go wide. And I'll tell you what to do when you go wide, but that's the focus you want to have. You want to first focus on going wide. And he said, Ant, the first thing I want you to focus on is going wide. So guess what Ant's going to do? He's going to go wide. Go wide, sponsor brand new people. And I did the math. There's more than 40 days left from right now to convention. But if you do the 2020 vision, right? If you just focus on one a day, one person a day, not 2.
Accessibility shortcuts.
I'm not sure what happened there. You guys hear me? Something happened in my computer. But if you just focus on one a day, just focus on one a day, not 2, not 3, not 4. But if you just focus on one a day, and you do that for convention, right? All the way to convention, May 24th, you will complete the 2020 plan. 2020 plan, I'm going to do a training on it, but I'm going to send you guys a link on the WhatsApp so you guys can go over that tonight. The 2020 plan, I'm actually on that video. So I'm going to send the recording, but so you guys can go through it. It's going 40 wide. It's 40 personal enrollments. Now, here's the thing. 99% of you guys on this call, you guys already have a leg. So on the 2020 plan, what is your goal supposed to do? 20 on your left, 20 on your right, 20 on your left, 20 on your right, 20 on your left, 20 on your right. This is actually the Diamond Blueprint. 40 in 10 champions, 40 in 10. This is setting you up. This is you preparing for Diamond 90 days out, 30 days out of convention. But first set the goal. Where do I want to be before convention? Maybe it's champion, maybe it's sapphire. Only you know that goal, but you first set that goal. Then once you set that goal, what you're going to do is now I got to go 40 wide. I want to focus on doing the 2020 plan. Now, the 2020 plan is not for everyone, but If you're having a big goal, if you're having a diamond goal, if you're having a champion goal, you've got to focus on the 2020, right? Why? Out of the 20 people on your left and the 20 new people on your right, these are people that you personally brand new enroll. These are new personally sponsored people by you. How do you do that? In-person prospecting, social media prospecting, sending messages, right? Yesterday, I met some guy in T-Mobile. He's signing up right now with the Take the Lead promo, right? Because I prospected him. I did in-person prospecting. I asked him, hey, is this the only thing that you do? He's like, yeah, bro, what is it that you do? I was like, oh man, I actually trade in the markets and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. He's like, I've always wanted to get into trading. I just don't know how. I said, you're talking to the right person. Here's my Instagram. Gave him my Instagram. He looked at my Instagram. He's like, dang, this person posts every day. This person's about it. This person's engaging. This person's active. If you don't post, guess what? Your prospect is going to be, I mean, is he really successful at what he does? You have to be constantly posting and making your Instagram like a business card, right? Your Instagram is your business card. It needs to be attractive. You need to, when you show your Instagram to somebody, then you'll be like, that's somebody I want to do business with. That's somebody I want to go into business with. And guess what? Right after I said, hey, jump on the Zoom and let's jump on a call. Right after that Zoom call, I said, yo, what was your favorite part? Oh, my favorite part was the trading. Awesome. Look, let's get you started. We need to help you get started with the Take the Lead promo. It's $597. Listen, this information, the value of it is like at $2,000. You're getting it for $597. Are you in or you out? Hey, bro, I've been looking for an opportunity. I've been looking for something. I'm in. Boom, send him the link. But I prospected. Does that make sense? I prospected. If I don't prospect, I won't bump up the numbers of exposures. I won't bump up the numbers of closures. I won't bump up the numbers of enrollments. I prospected, right? So you need to have a high, write this down. You need to have a high level of prospecting. And here's the second thing you need to go 40 wide. You need a high level of a list. You need a high level of numbers on your list. You need a high level of people on your list. I'm going to make a brand new list. I actually just started it right here on the whiteboard. I was going to start chopping up the whiteboard, but I'm going to do a 2020 plan here very soon for the group. 40 wide, right? 40 wide. That's how you want to think. If I want to be able to attract and bring in new and excited people, right? And I want to attract leaders into my business, I got to focus 40 wide. Not 40 wide tomorrow, not 40 wide to the end. 40 wide, 40 brand new people. That's one a day. That's the power of one. Everybody drop power of one on the chat box. Drop power of one. There's power in one. There's power in one. You know why there's power in one? Because Jesus rejoiced over the one. Come on now. Don't underestimate, don't despise small beginnings. Jesus rejoiced. He would leave the 99 for the one, for the lost one, for the one that needs, right? What? God, for the one that needs opportunity, for the one that needs change. Focus on one a day. Drop I commit on the chat box if you're going to commit to the 40-40. Sorry, not the 40, that's 80. The 20-20, one a day. Don't even think 20-20. Just think small, right? I want you to think big, but here I want you to really like break down the measures. If you focus on one, drop I commit if you commit to the 20-20 on the chat box. If you just commit to one a day, you'll land on the 2020 plan. And through the 2020 plan, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. You're going to have people leave the business. You're going to have people just be customers, but then you're going to identify leaders, because the greatest skill in a leader is being able to identify other great leaders. I'm always identifying other great leaders. Anthony, my mind is who can be a great leader? Who's going to be a great leader? Who's going to be a great leader? That's how my mindset is thinking. I'm always thinking, who can be a great leader? Who can I pour my time into? Who can I develop? Who can I work with? Who, you know? And that's how I'm thinking, to develop new success stories. But you need width. That's why David said, width is your security. Width is where the success stories come in. Not with your current team. Definitely not with your current team. It's with new and excited people, new energy, new excitement, right? So that's how you want to think, ladies. So that's the first thing. David said, Ant, you got to focus on going wide. Going wide, going wide, going wide. The second thing is, when someone comes in, it comes with a ticket to convention. Right now, I can't emphasize hard enough on how somebody that joins the business, you're not just joining Vision U, you're joining Atlanta. All roads lead to ATL. All roads lead to ATL. Everything is leading up to ATL. The biggest shift with an F, right? The biggest shift is going to take place in Atlanta. I'm telling you, I'm fired up for Atlanta. I'm excited for Atlanta. I'm jacked up for Atlanta. And I want you guys, I need you guys, but you need yourself to be so excited for Atlanta right now. Right now, what we need to do, and I'm going to cover this in just a little bit, so I'm not going to go there, but right now, focus on every person that comes in. It's Atlanta. It's Atlanta. Talk about meet me in Atlanta. I remember when I was promoting my biggest run, right, in network marketing, I promoted London. All I would say is meet me in the London. Meet me at London. Meet you at London? What you mean? Yeah, meet me at London. I'm going to London. The convention, there's going to be an event. Meet me at London. What you mean? Yeah, meet me at London. Get your ticket, buy your flight. We took 100 people to London. 100 people. Passport, flights, tickets, stays, everything. 100, because of the excitement, because of how much we were talking about it, because of the emphasis that we had behind it. And the first person that needs to meet themselves in London is you. Not in London, my bad. In ATL, in Atlanta. The first person that needs to meet themselves in Atlanta is you. And how do you do that? Get your ticket. Get your ticket. Believe high. Get your ticket. Believe that you're going to be a champion, right? Like that's what I was saying. John C. Maxwell is going to do a private training with all the champions. Who here wants to be on the training with John C. Maxwell? Private training. Private. Very private. It's only champions and above. Trust me, David is going to make sure it's champions and above. He's going to figure out a way. But you need to go champion in order for you to be in that training. You need to be a qualified champion. So you need to re-qualify if you went champion in December, right? Qualified champion. You need to make sure you are either a brand new champion or a qualified champion, right? For you to be at this training with John C. Maxwell. Guys, it's going to be a one-day event. The convention is Saturday, Sunday, right? 24th, 25th, 26th. 24th is the day where John C. Maxwell is doing the private training for champions and above. Champions and above. So you want to make sure that you are at this event, guys. You guys cannot afford to not be in the champions training, right? So what was I saying? The two things you focus on going 40 wide and focus on making sure that everybody that comes into your business, and the first person that person needs to be is you. You're that first person that needs to be in ATL. So get your ticket after this and make sure that while you're going 40 wide, while I'm focusing on getting my 40 brand new people going 40 wide, I'm going to personally get that brand new person to ATL. I'm going to make sure that they're at ATL with me, that they're at the Alive convention that's taking place May 24th, 25th, and 26th, right? That's the goal. The power of one. One person comes in, the power of one. Get him to the Alive convention, right? Those are the two things you want to be focusing on. Going phase one, right? So how do you go phase one? How do I get one a day at? How do I get one a day? Very simple. The first thing is you need to build a desire for it. You need to set the goal that for the next 45 days, for the next 46 days, for the next 47 days, I don't know how long it is to the May 24th, but it's more than 40, right? For the next 40 days, for the next 45 days, 46 days, I'm going to commit to getting my one. It's like I'm going to commit. Since Monday, I've already had 3-4 enrollments. I've committed my one every single day. And these are people that I'm prospecting on Instagram. So what is it going to take? It's going to take massive action. It's going to take urgency. It's going to take a desire, an obsession. Like I'm serious about this. I'm going to be a champion. I'm going to be in that meeting with John C. Maxwell. I'm going to be all in there. I'm going to be learning. I need to be there. It's a desire. It's a want. It's like, yo, I need to be in that John C. Maxwell meeting. I need to be a champion, not for me, but for the information that I'm going to receive, for the wisdom that's going to be given to me, that I'm going to be able to obtain, right? Because I'm at that meeting, because I'm at the convention being celebrated as a brand new champion because of an extra $1,500 that is going to be coming into my bank account every single month. But even more important is I'm going to be able to impact that person, right? That next person that wants to go champion. I'm going to inspire that next person that really wants me to do it. So how do I do this? I got to first build that desire. That desire needs to be bigger than what you're going through. That desire needs to be bigger than what you're personally going through. That desire needs to be, I need to, okay, what direction am I going to take? Am I going to dwell? Listen to this. Am I going to dwell in champion, or am I going to dwell in my circumstances? Because everybody has circumstances, but winners, they decide where they're going to dwell on. Dwelling on their goals is, I'm going to talk to my mentor every day. I'm going to write down my goals every day. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to do my gratitude every day. You need to write this down. Talk to my mentor every day. Do my gratitude every day. Write down my goals every day. I'm so happy and grateful now, right? I need to write a list of people, 30, 40, 50, 60 people that I'm going to expose a business to today. Don't worry about tomorrow. It says in the word, tomorrow has already its own worry. Focus on today. Like, don't focus on what's about to happen tomorrow. Focus on what you got to get done today. God is giving you enough grace for today. Receive it, use it, take action on it, right? Write down that list. And here's another thing. So guys, these are the things you got to do. Talk to your mentor every day, right? You got to make sure that you're writing down your goals, writing down your gratitude. Here's another thing, personal development. What are you listening to? Are you growing your faith every day? Are you growing your faith every day? Are you growing your mind every single day? Because your business won't grow if you're not growing. You won't grow in the business if you're not growing. If you, that's the gasoline to your tank. That's what's going to keep you going. The personal growth, right? Here's the plan for this month. Conceive, believe, achieve. If you've already hear it, go rehear it. Conceive, believe, achieve. These are the things that you need to be doing on a daily basis to get your one. To get your one. But you see, it's going to take habits in order. It's going to take consistency for you to get your one. And hey, if you did all those things and you didn't get your one, it's okay. The next day you keep doing. And it's the consistency. It's the compounding of the habits. It's the compounding of you doing it daily. But see, the problem is most people, they do it one day, they're excited. They do it the next day, they're excited. The third day, they still haven't gotten any enrollments. You know what? I'm just go back to what I'm doing. No, it's you want champion, make it a desire, make it a want, make it something that you're passionate about, make it something that you're going to achieve. It's not if I'm going to achieve it, it's like, no, I am going to achieve it. I'm already a champion. Begin with the end in mind, right? Begin with the end in mind. Begin with the end in mind. Every day, start your day with the end in mind. That's how it's going to get done, right? That's how you're going to get your 40. That's how you're going to make it happen, right? So you want to focus on leveraging. Here's the next thing, leveraging the 1 and the 7, the 1 and the 7 p.m. every single day, the system, right, of NVU, the 7 p.m. Today, guess what Anthony did? He leveraged the system. Send him the call. Call me back after. If you have any questions, let me know. Hey, Ant, I'm all in. How do I get started? Boom, he's getting started right now. Right? He's getting started right now because I leverage the system, the power of one. And that one person, guess what? If he started off as a seed, you planted the seed. Right now, he came into your business. So now the seed's ready to go. What do you have to do? You have to water it. You have to water the seed. You have to tend it. You have to take care of it. You have to be on top of him. And I'm going to go there in just a little bit. But if somebody comes into your business and you're not engaging on the chats, and you're not all in on the chats, and you're not taking the trades, and you're not celebrating the wins on FL2, how is that person going to be excited? You want your team to explode? You got to explode. You want your team to go in momentum? You got to be the momentum for your team. This is something I can't teach though. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is leadership talk, right? Today is leadership talk. This is something I can't teach. That's why you got to build the desire. You got to want it. You got to see yourself every day. I see myself already speaking as a diamond. I even see myself speaking as a double diamond. But I said, God, you know what? If you don't even give it to me, I'm all good with it. You know why? Because I'm going to do what I need to do. And if you give it to me, you've already done enough. That's my prayer every day. You've already done enough. You've already showed me enough. You have already showed me that it's you. So I'm going to do what I got to do because I got to impact your kingdom. I got to build your kingdom. And the way that I'm doing it is right here through Envision You. You've gifted me a platform. You've gifted me a vehicle, right? To be able to really impact people's lives, to really impact them spiritually, physically, and emotionally. That's the way you got to move. That's the way you got to treat this. That's the way you got to run. But it can't, it needs to, you got to get Envision You in you. You got to get diamond in you. You got to know it's already done for you. You got to get first champion inside of you. Does that make sense? Is that making sense? Is that real? Drop real on the chat box if that's real. This is next level info. This is, sheesh, I'm gonna take a shot for it. This is the third shot of the day. I don't know, should I cut the alive? Should I cut the alive? I don't know, maybe I'll keep going just a little bit more. But that's it. You gotta create the desire for it. You gotta see yourself there. You gotta begin in the end of mind. You gotta operate by faith. You gotta walk by faith, not by sight. 99% of people, they walk by sight. It's the truth of the matter. They walk by sight. They walk by what they see. I never walk by what I see. I walk by what I see and hear. That's the difference between Ant and everybody else. That's the difference between David and David's 3 years. He's in 2027. Yo, 2027. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, he tripping, bro. He's in 2027. That's a visionary. That's a person of vision. I don't want to walk by sight. Don't take it by what. It's the word. God is showing you through his word how to walk an abundant life right here on earth. Laid out for his kingdom, for eternal life, but for this earth, for you to bear fruit. I was talking with Jeff earlier. I think Jeff is on here. God expects us to bear fruit. Like it's crazy because this week I read it twice in different books. He expects us to bear fruit. I want to go to heaven and I want God, well done, my good and faithful servant. Because I bear fruit right here. How do I bear fruit? Impact people. How do I bear fruit? Influence, because I've influenced people through the right things, through the right vehicle, through the right personal development, through the right leadership, through belief, through events. Boom. Is that making sense? I hope I'm making sense tonight. If you're with me, drop 10 on the chat box. Drop 10 on the chat box because I know I'm going in tonight. Look, this is it. This is it. Because what I want to talk about, talking to David, he just expanded my mind. He just expanded my mind in just in one phone call, right? And he knows where he's going to be in 2027. He says, Ant, do you know where you're going to be this month? And I said, yes. I said, this month we're going to have 10 champions. Brand new. And how many do we have here? We have 12. Not including myself, 11. Jeff and Marie, 10. 10. We got 10. Jeff and Marie are 1. He said, you're going to have 10 brand new champions. I said, David, I'm going to have 10 brand new champions. That's the goal for this month. 10 brand new champions. Antoine, champion. Done. Taylor, champion. Karen, champion. Claudia, yo, we've been cooking. This month is done, right? Andres, we've been cooking. This month is done. Big shout out to you, Andres. Got the camera on. It's love. Reese, we've been cooking. It's done. Taylor, we've been cooking. It's done. 10 champions, 10 champions. And that's what we got to, when you're talking to a prospect, when you're talking to a leader, hey, we're going to have 10 champions this month. We're going to have 10 champions. We're going to have 10 champions. We're going to have 10 champions this month. And I'm going to be one of them. And I'm going to be one of those 10 champions. I'm going to be one of those 10 champions. I want to help you become one of those 10. Right? I want to help you become one of those 10 champions. That's the goal. That's the layout. That's what we got to be speaking every single day this month. This month in April, we're going to have 10 champions this month. I need to speed it up because I got some more things to cover. If y'all enjoying today's call, let me know on the chat box. Y'all getting some value? Drop value on the chat box if you guys are getting some value. Can you guys hang in for another 15 minutes? Can you guys hang in for another? I'll probably just close this out another 15. I know we've been on here an hour. I just need another 15. But let me take a shot because, well, let's take a shot for the 10 champions. Let's do that. We gotta take a shot for the 10 champions. We have to. It's already done. 10 champions is done. Cheers to that. Bang. I just need 15 more minutes. That's it. That's it. Boom. I need to buy some more Alive, man. All right, let's go. So we good on that, right? We went deep, right? We good on that. Focus on width. I'm going to send the 2020 vision on the WhatsApp and on the Project 10K. I want you to study it. I want you to go over it starting tomorrow, not tonight. If you want to start tonight, start tonight. This is what I want you to do. I'm going to close this part right here. When you get your one for the day, drop your email on the chat. Say, I got my one. I got my email. I got my one. Every single time you get your one, I got my one. If you get 2 in one day, I got my one. Again, you get 3 in one day, I got my one 3 times. Drop your emails on the chat box. Drop your emails, right? So going on to the next part, residuals. Guys, this month is going to be a very big month for residuals. What's residuals? Your trinary. What's residuals? This is what I want to help everybody here. I want to help everybody drop. I want to help everybody get to 1,000 in residuals this month. So, and what is it going to take for me to go? Because you got to know how to do it. And here's another thing. Everyone here on the residual has a leg. Everyone. Trust me. Everyone here on the trinary, on the residual, this month is going to be a big month. Why do you say that, Ant? Because in the beginning of the call, Ant said this has been our second biggest month since December. So we're going to have a big residual month. So this is what we got to do. Coming over here so I can pull up the comp plan on the trinary. Right here. I'm going to drop this on the chat too, all right? So on the trinary, we build 3 legs. On the residual side, right? This is on memberships. And here's what you want to do. You want to add boxes of shots. You want to make sure when someone comes in, at least with a package, they get at least a 30-day, right? It's not a 30-day, 30 shots when it comes to the Alive. Why? Because it's going to go into your residual. You're going to get more volume for your residual. So for $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month, 1,400. Okay, I want you to write this down. This is very important. This is key stuff right here. If you're a leader on this call, you're going to get to $1,000 in residual this month. You build 3 legs. Write that down. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. In leg 1, you're going to have leg 1. Everybody here is going to have leg 1. Everybody. Fashowski. Everyone here is going to have leg 1 wrapped up, done deal. Let's go. Let's rock. Right? Antoine going to have a leg. Fashowski. Everyone's going to have 1 leg in this call. All right? So leg 1, you need 2,000 volume. So 2,000 divided by, so here's the thing. If somebody comes in with a package and they add the 30 shots of Alive, 30 shots of Alive, that comes out to 200 volume. So That's the max, right? So if you divide 2,000 divided by 200, that's 10 people. So everybody for the 1,000 should have a leg of 10 people. And you can get with your mentor and your upline, right, to map that out for you. Second leg is 1,400. So 1,400 divided by 200 is 7 people. 7 and then 600. So 1,400 second leg, third leg 600. 600 divided by 200 is 3. Guys, 10 people. I'll say this again. 10 people pays you 1,000 a month. In my other company, it was 30. 10 people, because everybody has a leg. Everybody in your back office. Antoine, you got a leg. Taylor, you got a leg by me, right? Karen, you're getting a leg. Ty, you got a leg, right? Jeff, Marie, you got a leg. AJ, you got a leg. Claudia, yes, you got a leg. We'll map that out, right? Everybody has a leg. Everybody has a leg, right? Everybody. Now, so second and third leg, right? Second and third leg, you just need 7 and 3. That's an extra 1,000 in residual. You guys can do this month, but what I want you to do is I want you to get with me or your mentor, because what we're going to do is it's as simple as this. Write this down. Write this down. If you help 5 people make $1,000 in residuals, you got 4,000 a month. If you help 10 people make 1,000 in residuals, you're at 9,000 a month. The one before that is 2, right? If you help 3 people, if you help 3 people make 1,000 a month in residuals, you're at 2,000 a month. That's how you want to think. That's how you want to help other people make $1,000 a month in residual. And what you can do is get on a Zoom with Coach Anna, with Mike, with myself, and map out your residual. Map out your residual. Map out your residual so we can help you lock in the $1,000 on top of your binary. Guys, think about this. On top of your binary, on top of your check match, and on top of your fast start, and on top of your retail bonus. Imagine an extra $1,000 being added to your check every single month. 7 and 3. That's it. 7 and 3. 7 and 3. We're going to take care of that one leg. What we got to help you focus on is locking in $1,000 in residuals. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to celebrate, right? We're going to start celebrating all the people that in the month of March hit residuals, right? We're going to find out what they hit, and we're going to start making flyers on all the people that are now producing. So now, guess what? When you hit $1,000 in residual, someone's going to ask, AJ, how'd you hit $1,000 in residual? Check this out. I'm making $1,000 a month residually. On top of me working my job here, I'm making an extra $1,000 a month residually. Why? Because people love the product. Because people are making money with FL2. Because people are getting healthy. People are losing weight. Ant lost 5 pounds this past week with Alive, right? Sharing your testimony, sharing, but by being a product of the product. You got to be a product of the product, right? Very, very important. Here's another thing, right? What we got to do, guys, and I'm gonna just take the last 2 and wrap up here to close this out. Engagement and culture, right? Which I'm gonna take the last part, the next part that I had and put it in here. Engagement and culture. Let me ask you something. I love using this analogy. If you walk into a party, let me just ask this. You invite somebody. Let's say AJ. You here with me? I'm gonna unmute you. AJ.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, sir.
So AJ, if I were to invite you to a party tomorrow night, say, yo, what's good? We're going out tonight. You know, we're gonna listen to some corrido, right? With some Peso Pluma. It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have fun, right? And I say, yo, we're going out tomorrow night. And I tell you, right? And I tell you, yo, it's gonna be fun. And we get there, and vibes a little off. Like not really people dancing, people not talking, right? And let's say let's say I'm there, right? Let's say I'm there and I'm just quiet, sitting like just being there, awkward. Like party's not good, no engagement, 10 people there, 10 people there, and then I get there and I'm just like looking around, but I'm super quiet, don't really say hi to anyone. This is not a historical question, AJ. What are you gonna want to do?
Probably ask what am I doing here? Probably.
And you're gonna want to what?
Probably head out.
You're gonna want to leave, right?
Right. Yeah.
You gonna this thing.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? But if
Yeah.
if I invite you and we get there and we're having fun, let's have some tacos. That's I see some people that I know. I say, AJ, come over here, come meet them. Everybody's smiling, laughing, dancing. You're gonna want to what?
Stay.
And you're gonna want to what? You're gonna want to come
Do the same thing. Hang out, and do the same thing.
You're gonna want to talk. You're gonna want to conversate. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna want to engage.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the party's
Exactly.
good. And now you see me doing it. I'm the one that brought you to the party, right? I brought you to the party.
Right.
So
right.
Now let's put this business. If you bring somebody in and you ain't talking to the cats, you ain't taking the trades, you ain't taking the product, is that person gonna want to engage? Is your person your friend? No. But if everybody here, Jeff, leadership talk tonight, right? We're talking leadership, we're talking next level, we're talking diamond. I'm on the diamond chats. Gary's talking, Sarah's talking, boom, 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 boom. They there. You get what I'm saying? Same thing here. When you bring somebody in, are you the most active on the chat? Big shout out to Ty, crushing it today, engaging today, adding value, setting the culture, setting the vibe. Boom. Let's follow each other on Instagram. Boom, 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 boom. Right? She's doing what she needs to do to set the vibe right. But now imagine if we had 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people doing it. Now imagine if we had 10, 40, 30, 50 people dropping, I just made profit at, I made $42. I made this. Even if you didn't make it, just say it. Or put it on your demo, make it and say it. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how you guys want to think as leaders. Because mind you, they're not going to follow my lead. They don't know who Ant is in the chat. They're gonna see how's your level of engagement. Are you really serious about this business that you told me about? Because if they see you serious, they're gonna take massive action. Be like, Jeff and Marie, all in. Claudia, all in. Mike, all in. Boom, boom, boom. And now everybody's engaging. Everybody's meeting the Project 10K chat. Everybody's engaging. Everybody's fired up. The energy's super high. And now that person that came into the business, they see the atmosphere is lit. I'm not saying it's not lit right now. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying if we're all doing it, and this is more important, even if somebody right now, if you have one or two people in your business, this is real talk. If you have one or two people in your business right now, this is really good for you because now you know what you need to do as a leader for you to serve them. Because Jesus, he didn't come to be served. He came to serve. Come on. Are you serving at the highest level? Here, write this down. Are you serving at the level of a diamond? Because you don't attract what you want. You attract who you are, and who you are shows by what you're doing, by what you're expressing, by what you're confessing, by what you're speaking, by what you're doing, by your engagement, by your attitude, by your thinking. You want to attract it? Be it. You want to attract it? Do it. You want to attract it? Be a diamond first, and diamond will come after. Diamond will come right once you be it, once you speak it, once you do it, once you do the actions of a diamond, it's going to come. It's going to come. But if you just go by the actions, do the motions, that brand new person you brought in, then they come out saying, oh, that thing's a scam. That didn't really work. But if you treat this like this is what Sarah says, you treat it like $1 billion business. That's why she makes 50,000 a week. Sorry, 20,000 a week. Because it's you got to understand, it's not a job. It's not, you don't get paid by the hour here. It's a hard work. It's a hard work. You don't get paid by your, yes, you could get paid by your hard work. You could. But if you want to make millions, you get paid by your hard work. You get paid by the amount of heart that you have for the business, the amount of heart that you have for people. I get like this because I have heart for people, right? I do these calls because I have heart for people. I add value because I have heart for people. I grow myself every day because I have heart for people, not for myself, because I have the heart work. Don't look so much at the hard work. Look at the heart work. How can I serve today? How can I impact today? How can I help somebody today? How can I engage more? How can I communicate? You know, the number one skill of a leader is communication. So if you want to be a top leader in this business, you need communication. You need to be communicating to your mentor. You need to be communicating on your chats. You need to be communicating to your group chats, to your mentees, to your mentors, everywhere, because it's the number one skill is communication. It's engagement. Is I'm gonna do it. So it's a next level. I gotta increase, right? It's like what Bob Proctor teaches, right? You're here, in order to go there, you've got to think at this level. So he's saying, I gotta first think at this level. I can't just go here. I gotta first think, because everything is attracted, everything is created through your thinking. Everything was first an idea. So you got to create the idea of champion. You got to create the idea of I gotta become a champion. You got to create the idea in your mind. You got to have it in the canvas of your imagination. You got to be speaking it out there. So you got to go up here first. It needs to be a thought first. It needs to be a frequency first. It needs to be a vibration first. Once it's a vibration, then everything else follows. Then you meet it. But you see, here, this is what you're doing. You're chasing. Hard work. Chasing it. I'm chasing it. No, I'm going to think it. I'm going to vibrate. I'm going to be at the frequency. I'm going to be at the thought process. I'm going to create the thoughts, right? I'm going to create the belief system for it. And then it meets me. I meet it. I attract it. It comes into my life. It shows up in my back office. It shows up everywhere else. Right? 10 champions is already done. 10 champions is done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Focus on the power. Don't focus on 2 tomorrow. Don't focus on 3. Hey, and if God blesses you more, amazing. He probably will. I'll be honest. He probably will. Because if you make a list of 50 to 100 people and you expose 20, 30, 40 tomorrow, he will probably bless you with more than one. $100 promo, $199 FL2, or take the lead. You choose. All I know is I'm taking the lead. And what you're doing is you're sorting. You're sorting through numbers. I got to sort. I'm never chasing. I'm attracting, right? I'm attracting new leaders and I'm developing the ones in my business. So when I'm developing them, what do? You get them into the group chats. You welcome them. You connect them with your mentors, right? I connect them always with your mentors. Connect them with your mentors, right? Open up a Zoom for 7 minutes. Go over the 5 pillars to success. Get your mentor on. Have him speak right on there. But like I said, create the desire. How do you create a desire? 5 senses. You got to see it, touch it, right? You gotta hear it, right? You got to see it, touch it, hear it, feel it, taste it. You know what I do? I go to the 4 Seasons every day. I taste Global Diamond. You know what I order? 1 sparkling water. I go to the 4 Seasons and I do my calls there. I get on the phone. You know how I brought in Taylor Marks. I was at the 4 Seasons. God told me, call him. I called him. Why? Because I put myself in an environment of high frequencies. I went there first. And then it happened. Right? I went there first. You got to put yourself in an environment where you can increase your activity and increase your attitude. Those are the two things you want to look to increase. I'm going to end this here. You want to focus on increasing your activity and your attitude. Your attitude and your activity. Your attitude and your activity. Increase your attitude and your activity. I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys got massive value. 1 in 7 every day. Let's rock and roll. 10 champions this month. 10 campeones is already done. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys got value. Champion is already done. Champions this month. Let's go.